verse 9, please.
And the great dragon was cast out.
Come on.
That old serpent called the devil and Satan.
That old serpent going all the way back to the Garden of Eden called the devil and Satan. Every name that associated with that. Lucifer, Beelzebub, all that. All that is this guy. Okay? Bel Peor, all that. Read on.
Which deceiveth the whole world.
Which deceived the whole world. Okay, so the distractions, those lies. So now verse 17. Read.
And the dragon was wroth with the woman.
And the dragon was wroth with the woman. Read on.
And went to make war with the remnant of her seed.
Read on.
Which keep the commandments of God.
Keep the commandments of God. Not kept, not past tense. Keep. They currently doing. So who's the dragon going to war with? He going to war with commandment keepers. That brings us to the question is, why is he angry at commandment keepers? Which keep the commandments of God. Read on.
And have the testimony of Jesus Christ.
And have the testimony of Jesus Christ, okay? Satan is upset because he know he can't beat the commandment keepers. As long as you are keeping the commandments, he can't beat you. Again, how do you know that for sure? What was his goal? His goal is to stop you, to get you from keeping the commandments. Right. We see that was clear with Job. Then you're vulnerable. Now it's everything that the Lord said. The curses. The statutes and the judgments. Now you can be justifiably cursed. But as long as you're keeping the commandments, and I'm going to show you this all throughout, there's nothing they can do with you. And they're angry, they're frustrated. You know? So the first thing that Satan wants to do is he wants to attack your belief. He wants to attack your faith. He wants to make you have no confidence in it. He'll do this through lies and slander. That's what he did to Eve. He immediately started slandering God, started calling God a liar and an envious, injurious person that just don't want to see her succeed. Immediately started the lies and the slander, trying to deter you from keeping the commandments, trying to make it seem that you're not a commandment keeper, you're a lawbreaker. You're an evil person. And that's where that will come in at. Everybody understand it? Everybody got that? This is Satan's tactics. Let's go from there. And let's get the book of Romans chapter 8. Let me show you something. Romans chapter 8. As long as the commandments is being kept, this is what the Bible tells you. Romans chapter 8, and we're going to start at verse before I do that, let me just give y'all, because maybe I lost some of y'all don't. Let me give you an example. You're starting to hear about it a lot more now if you're paying attention and you get off Nintendo Switch. And you get off the Xbox. So I'm glad a lot of you don't know what Nintendo Switch is. And you get off the Xbox at the PS4, whatever it is now. And off YouTube. You're starting to hear something now that's being more and more prominent in the news. And it's called fake news. How many of y'all heard about that?
Those are criminal leaks. The leaks are absolutely real. The news is fake media, the failing New York Times.
Fake news.
Very fake news.
That
should be.
Starting to hear about that now, right? And where it's basically being said, you can't trust the media. That they make up stories. They make up sources. Being that their sources is anonymous, they could just say they have a source when they don't even have a source. And what they basically do is they lie. They lie. Now, what y'all don't understand is this is judgment on the media. That's the part y'all ain't getting because you've been too busy looking at tutorials on YouTube. Because the media have been lying on the Israelite Church of God, Jesus Christ, for since Lord knows how long. With they fake news. Just recently, I brought a couple of years ago, maybe 2 years ago, recent. I put something up here. We were keeping the commandments because we commandment keepers. And all we were doing was celebrating Hanukkah. We was at a light party in some hotel in the Gentiles world. And everybody showed up with lights on, and it was a beautiful night, and everybody was partying, and nobody knew, well, very few people knew, that you were being surveilled, you were being monitored, your privacy was being invaded. Government agencies was all over the place monitoring. And then a news report was written about it. And what was said in the fake news was hate meeting. Hate meeting. Now, it wasn't, y'all know what a hate meeting is, right? That's when the Ku Klux Klan come in the room, they got cone hats, and they all say, "Hail the Grand Master." And he started off, "Well, I just want to say I can't stand a nigger, and I'm going to tell you why I can't stand a nigger. These black niggers come from, I see these black niggers at the store, all of them need to be dealt with like Trayvon Martin if it was up to me." Now, that's a hate meeting, okay? Where people gather to talk about how much they can't stand another ethnic group, okay? Okay? We were at a Hanukkah party. We don't even do that in the Israelite Church of God, Jesus Christ. Have a hate meeting. We teach the word of God. We don't come up in here, okay, welcome to the Sabbath, everybody. Shabbat shalom. I just want to say this, these damn crackers. Let me say something about these damn crackers. The reason why they crackers. So to be perfectly, we never have hate meetings ever. But the fake news, rather than say that we keep a commandment, what's so threatening about saying these black people think they Jews? Like, say that. You got blacks and Hispanics believe they're the holy people. They up there keeping Hanukkah. Why you can't say that? That they really believe in what the Bible, that this is talking about them, and they come from all over to keep Passover like the past. Who do these people think they are? The Jews? Report that. But they ain't reporting that. They ain't reporting that. They said it was a hate meeting. Don't want to say commandment keepers. So what the Lord did, and there's been plenty of articles on that. You remember the article on the doll? Y'all remember that? This is somebody that this is supposed to be an open and shut case, okay? This is somebody that robbed us. We the victims here, okay? We paid this man to produce a product, and this cat shipped off something that he already had made up. It had nothing to do with us. It's supposed to be a doll of me, okay? Okay, some of y'all have been reading the fake news and believe it. Doll of you. Yeah, $1 me. Okay. Every year around Passover, because we spend an enormous amount of money on Passover, we do things it's called recoup, meaning try to get some of the money back. The reason why we spend an enormous amount on Passover is because we believers. That's common sense. Okay, other than that, why spend $1 million on Passover when we could spend 10, okay? Passover this year going to be in the public park. Everybody find their way to Marcus Garvey. Bring your own mess of lamb. Okay. If we ain't give a damn, okay. If this was really a hoax, if we wasn't really a commandment keeper, it wouldn't be 8 days of Hanukkah, Make you a mayonnaise sandwich and be like, Happy Hanukkah. So to recoup, we have fundraisers, and that's where merchandise comes in at, which people buy their own free will. One of the men in the merchandise department brought the idea to me because every year they come up with merchandise, so they brought the idea to me. I think that it would be a good idea if we had a doll of you that the children can play with. We could have a little pull string that say, read it one more time, read it again. Yeah. So have you dressed up in your garments. I said, yeah, that's a good idea. Let's do it, okay? His brother had a dog company. We ordered the dog. The man didn't deliver and stopped taking the phone calls, okay? And then at the last minute, shipped something that looked like damn Luther Vandross or something. The only part that looked like me, when you took the shirt off, you could see a six-pack. I said, this is the only thing that's identical. What the hell is this? And most people don't get to see this, so how they gonna know? How they gonna know? This is ridiculous. This is madness. So the man stopped taking, so we had to sue him. We had to sue him in the court of law. Okay, so now you got this government that always, this goes into a lot. This government that is had a hand in this church for a long period of time. And the Lord sent me to push them out. And they no longer have a hand in, been trying to get back in ever since. They have a hand in almost every organization that there is, especially so-called black radical organizations. Gangs, all that. They the ones pulling the strings behind it. They the puppet masters. You got agents in deep cover that will actually murder people just to inspire other young gang members to be harder. So anyway, they pulled the lawsuit and gave it to the fake media. And had the fake media report, and the whole story is not on the crook. The story is not on the crook. The story is on me. Then you got the other organizations that Esau is running, starting the propaganda. Oh, that's an idol. It's an idol. It's an idol. Now, these same people ain't protesting Walmart. They're not in the doll section going, it's iTunes, it's iTunes, it's iTunes. They don't go in their own children's room and say, get rid of those idols out of your room that I bought you for Christmas. An idol is a graven image that is made for the purpose of worshiping it as a deity. Now, unless you got this doll with instructions, okay? Okay, bow down in front of it, okay, and worship it as a deity, then it's not an idol. It's a toy. But fake news, the whole point, fake news. So you can clearly see, if you got up off of YouTube long enough, you should clearly see that this church has been under attack, and it's been under attack for a long time. These attacks are supposed to yield fruit, meaning everybody's supposed to get up and leave. They worshiping idols up in there. Oh, now they making